The wait is over, ladies and gents. Jay Do, Jonah, and Sean King over here at the Cash Compound are ready for a cash coaching hour. We're the Banking Bros, and Sean is one of our legendary coaches here. We got some great stuff coming out very soon about his travels and trips, so y'all stay tuned for that podcast episode. Jonah, welcome to Thursday.
Hey, thank you. I've been here before on Thursdays, and I'm excited to be here again. I'll probably be here next Thursday.
Are you reading a script with I'm thankful
No.
to be here Thursdays?
I'm
I have
just-
been here, Anchorman.
I'm just
Stay
saying.
classy, San Fran.
I'm just saying. I've been here on Thursdays before. I'll probably be here on Thursdays again. You know what I mean?
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Sean, my man, how are you out there? Pensacola, Florida, in the house.
Man, I do these so I don't get fined. That's
Okay.
my
Yeah,
There it was.
I got it. All right. Practice.
goal.
Not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice. Each and every Thursday, we practice having conversations about our personal finances with you and yours out there, ladies and gentlemen. Questions, comments, and concerns can all go in the chat anytime about anything.
Mm-hmm.
What we teach here is a comprehensive idea called the save and spend system. Really diving into how you can save your money and spend someone else's. It's possible, it's probable, and
right.
it is contractual if you do it the right way. We're going to do that through several different guaranteed lifetime income contracts to help you understand how you can become financially educated and aware and financially free eventually. But not just for you, but for your family and your corporate partners as well.
That's right. So we've talked to people all over the country. In fact, I fielded some phone calls from Europe before. Unfortunately, wasn't able to really help those folks. But every once in a while, you get a European that's only there on traveling. They're coming back to the States.
Caribbean.
So
I
you
get the
can-
Caribbean every once in a while.
Yeah, I got who was I just talking to that's headed to the Caribbean? Oh, our good friend Nelson Hollins is headed to oh man, he's headed to Jamaica, Costa Rica, something. And he was chatting me up all about it. It's going to be fun. So it'll
Love
be
it.
good.
Okay, Nelson is normally live with us
Yeah.
on these Thursday afternoons. We are dealing with a new setup in our studio, so apologize for not being here at the top of the hour. But noon Eastern time is when we're live on Thursdays for this live coaching hour session. Remember, chat is all about whatever you want to talk about. If you have questions about infinite banking, we've branded a lot of terms around here, but we are experts in the infinite banking concept. So if you're like, oh, I thought that's what this was about, and doesn't insurance or life insurance have something to do with that? Yes, put them in the chat.
Mhm.
We're here for you. But fellas, I have to kind of scoot a little bit early. I've got to get to a corporate meeting just down the road from our headquarters in Greenville, South Carolina in just a few minutes. So I'm going to peg you with some questions. You and Sean right
I'm
here, right
ready.
now.
I'm ready.
I asked chat out there to give me some financial regrets people would have at the end of 2025. Financial regrets. And here are some of the things that came up as the top 10. And I think you guys might be able to corroborate what chat came up with because we do coaching all the time. Remember, ladies and gents, our coaching is free here. We've got a phone call with your name on it by clicking that link in the bio, in the show notes, on the videos that you're watching from us on Facebook, IG, TT, that's TikTok, or LinkedIn, all those places. So here we go. Number one, how do you guys feel about the question is about retirement. What's the regret? Jonah?
Just an open air.
Yeah, I'm going to say it
regret
like
for
that.
retirement?
Yeah. It's
What are
retirement is the subject.
Yeah.
What's the regret in 2025?
Oh, in 2025, biggest regret is not enough money.
Okay, Sean, what do you say?
I haven't started saving for retirement.
Ding, ding, ding. We're giving it to Sean. They
Oh,
waited
man.
too long to save for retirement. A top regret. Many wish they'd started earlier. They hope to get compounding cash in a retirement system, and they've waited too long.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, Sean, we're starting with you. It is credit cards. What's the regret?
I thought it was my money.
All right, Jonah, what do you say?
Didn't pay it off. Didn't pay it off before the interest. got
Ding,
me.
ding, ding. We're
Yeah.
giving that one to Jonah, even though the laugh came from Sean. So he's got 1 point and a laugh.
Okay.
They piled up the debt this year. They swiped too much. They did not have strategy. I'll be honest. This was my first full year ever of credit cards,
Mm-hmm.
and I have outstanding stuff.
Yeah, you should pay that off.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, of course, cash value in my policies. I've got investment.
That's why they
ideas
talk
going
about
on,
being
but
a
I'm like, oh.
slippery slope.
Yeah, I never.
Because boy, will they come get
I wanted the
ya.
points. I wanted the
Mhm.
points, and I was like, well, I need some points for my travels.
I need
so
some points.
I wasn't
too,
paying
though,
attention.
For real. I got a bone to pick with. I waited too long. You only know what you know when you know it. I can't handle this, especially these job opportunities. You need 16 years experience coming out of school. Like I waited too long. To me is in the same vein. I just figured it out. So I wish I would have started. Yeah, I wish I would have bought my first house in third grade also.
Correct.
But guess what? I was in third grade.
Yes.
So
Get your
I
money
didn't
right,
wait.
man. Come on.
That's
But
what
I
I'm
did
saying.
have
I
but I
didn't
did
wait.
have 200 yards at recess
Right.
and 18 catches. Yes.
So I didn't wait too long. I'm doing it when I can. Big shout out to D Styling over there on Instagram. We see you. We appreciate you joining in. And we got Jake Doster saying hello.
Jake, what's
What up,
up,
Jake?
my guy? Jake is he is just member of the live, member of the
Mm-hmm.
month over and over on these lives.
And
Okay,
then hold on,
Oh.
JetGo DFW 504 also is saying
DFW.
didn't realize how to use credit cards
Yeah.
till a few years ago. Yeah, I mean it's a whole. So actually, I put out a YouTube video on how to use them, like legitimately when to pay them off, what the statement balance means, so you can go watch it if you want. But it's a big it's a problem. You can't.
Yeah.
You should not.
I mean, I can pay mine off, right? It's not that I don't have the money to pay it off, but I wasn't paying attention, so I've not allocated it for that.
I think credit cards
Yeah.
this year got me probably total of like $5 of interest, and I was not happy.
Yep,
Not
I'm right.
happy at
I'm
all.
right there with you, man. Once I stop paying interest out to other people through credit cards, I'm like, "Oh, I like this.
Yeah,
Let me make sure
yeah.
this
I'm in
stays the
trouble if I
norm."
don't pay mine off.
And legitimately, right? $5 shows up in interest, and I'm over here racking my brain, scrolling. What? How? How could you possibly have gotten me for that? I paid it. What date did I mess up? You know. But anyway, yeah,
Okay.
I've been there.
All right, next topic, gentlemen, is let me give you the clue. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say it in terms of, because I don't want to give it all away here. Sean, we're back to you. And Dave Ramsey, baby step 1. That is your clue. What's the regret? 2025.
I'm ready. I'm gonna win this one.
Because if you
Boy.
don't know Dave Ramsey, yeah, I'm trying to. This we're
Yep,
playing
I
imposter.
don't know Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, if you don't know Dave Ramsey,
I'm
I'm
gonna
trying to play that
say
imposter game. Right? Don't give it too much away.
I bought term and
Phone a
I
friend.
didn't invest the difference.
Nobody invests the difference, but they're not regretting that. Phone a friend. It is. I had an emergency and didn't have the money to pay for it.
That's correct. It's the emergency fund baby step over there.
Yep.
So we got to take some baby steps like Groundhog Day, little Dave Ramsey in here. And this one I've talked about at length on our last couple of lives. And I've had a lot of coaching clients realize that the emergency fund really is the first line of defense that you have. So if you are going to utilize infinite banking and our save and spend system, you should really, and we've got to codify. That's probably my word for 2024. I don't know what word it is this year, but
It could be rage bait. That's the Merriam-Webster's word of the year.
Oh.
In case you wanted
well,
to
my
know.
word was codified. Like when we started
Rage
doing that
bait?
around here, write stuff down.
Rage
create
bait. I didn't know what it
SOPs.
was. I had to look it up. But apparently, it's where you make videos.
I thought we were going to talk about this.
We
Go ahead.
are. We're coming.
Go ahead.
But the people want to know. Apparently, it's when you make videos, Sean, that like you don't believe that, but you made the video because you're going to get all the like hate comments.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
know some
So it's
influencers
rage
who do
bait.
that.
You
Yes.
make the video. Like, have you seen the video of the dude who's kissing the frog? He
No.
got me. You ain't seen that? Don't watch it. If you're out there, just keep scrolling.
I'm not on that
Anyway.
algorithm.
Me either.
Oop.
That's
Yes,
why
you are. Yes, you are. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay, so it is not. So the emergency fund, it's realizing that we need a pool of funds when emergencies come. A lot of people, because of where they hear about or how they hear about infinite banking, they skip again, get a policy and skip over emergency fund and go straight into now I have a pool of investment money.
yeah.
Not unless you have a pool of emergency money.
Yep.
You cannot go straight into that. The big deal. All right, next one is about investments. Jonah,
Okay.
about investments. Number 4.
Just the regret.
What's the regret?
Probably about investments. I wish the regret was I didn't understand the investment, but it's not. The regret is I should have put in more money.
Nope. Sean, what's your guess?
I should have not just followed what was popular.
Now, I agree with both of what you guys have said out there, for all of our consumers of our coaching hour. I agree with both of them. What this says was they just didn't start soon enough.
Again,
Wow.
Just didn't start soon enough. Yep. Okay, here we go. Student loans. That's the category. Sean, we're going to you. What's the regret?
I wasn't one of those few people that got it forgiven.
Ooh, all right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I should have never went to school in the first place.
It was over borrowing. It was over borrowing. So the idea here, of course, let us know if you have student loans. I'd love to know. If you have student loans, I think that a lot of people, because student loans never go away, the payments are generally really low. So the terms are like your life.
Infinity.
I think a lot of people get on. Yeah, I think a lot of us, and they don't mention them.
Student loans.
Yeah, they don't even say them to us in the first couple of
because people
conversations.
have no intention of. They're like, it's too big. It's weird.
Yeah, I over borrowed because I studied interpretive dance or whatever we've been making fun of people for in the last 50 years of liberal arts education.
Yep.
The government gave me a loan on that because of where I went to school or what program I had. And I am now 6'2", working in finance or whatever. So
Blue eyes.
and I don't know, and I don't know anything about finance. I only know what they trained me on at my job because personal finance is shot. Okay, here we go. Jonah, back to you. Is it you?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Lifestyle. That's your clue. What's the regret this year?
Overspending.
What do you say, Sean?
Groceries specifically. Subcategory. Groceries.
Okay. Lifestyle. Yeah, all I got is, man, just trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Okay, I'm going to give Sean that one.
Come on now.
Because buying habits and lifestyle, like cars, gadgets, and vacations. So
Overspending.
That is
That's
not
keeping up with the
groceries.
Joneses.
That is not
Oh, I did
groceries.
say
Yes,
specific
that's what I'm saying. I'm
grocery.
giving it to you. I'm giving it to you, Sean. So that is Jones's. Cars, gadgets, and vacations. People just spent things. Y'all need to understand, I think people would spend less if they watched less television.
They probably
Mhm.
would. I feel like I've
just
I've
watch less
started to watch
television.
less television, and I've started to spend less. You just don't need it. If you're just hanging out,
If you don't know it exists.
if you're outside with your kids, you don't need it.
Be buying a lot of footballs. Yep.
Yeah,
right.
like, I
We
need
got
that.
Nerf footballs
Yeah.
are $5, $10.
Right.
And the dog only chews up 3 a year. So like that's $30. You good to go for the whole year.
Big shout out to Alvin over there on Instagram. We see you. We appreciate you joining in. Right now, we are going through. We asked Chat GPT the top 10. Is it 10?
Top 10.
Top 10 regrets, financial regrets of 2025 as the year comes to a close here, and we're going through and seeing what our thoughts are on them. We've got Audrey over on Facebook. She
What's up, Audrey?
says she had $300,000 in student loans, but she's only got $81 left to pay.
Really?
Regret not knowing about banking concepts earlier. Audrey, that is amazing.
Hold on,
First.
Audrey. We need to talk about this. DM us.
That's awesome.
$81 or $81K? I'm interested in where she's
Oh
at.
yeah, that's another point too.
Or if
Oh,
I
yeah,
had $81, you know, I pay that right now.
Right, I was saying I'll
Right.
pay that
And
for
re-
you.
and
Like let's have
record record a video.
That's
paying
what I
that
was
thing
saying.
off.
Like let's go do that. But if it's 81,000, Jonah will pay it
No.
off, and then we will do the
Jeremiah already offered. Audrey, if you're still out there watching and listening, would you tell us, is it $81 or 81,000? That would be amazing. We'll wait for her.
video.
Comment
Okay,
to
while
come
she
in.
does that, we're moving on to the
over-
next one. The
Yep.
next regret comes in the category hint of financial advice. Financial advice.
81K.
81K. Audrey, you're on your own. See you next year this time.
That's rude. You do still need to Venmo her $81. How you offering people $81? Anyway, Christmas is a couple weeks around. Okay, here's the
Financial
regret.
advice. Hold on,
Financial
no.
advice.
This goes to Sean first.
Okay.
Financial advice. I listened to the wrong people who didn't know anything about financial advice.
We are not even going to Jonah because Sean hit it on the head.
Man.
Listening to bad online financial advice, misinformation,
Mhm.
costing me money. I learned something from TikTok I should not have gotten involved with. Okay, there's a source on that one as well.
Not
Interesting.
dealing in enough guarantees.
I guess there's sources on
Find
all
more
these.
guarantees.
Yeah.
Gotta have more guarantees, man.
Jonah, this one's coming to you.
I'm ready.
Regret number 8
I
of
think
10.
I'm down. I got 8,
2025
9, and 10. Here we go.
financial regret is going to be this one's easy.
Okay.
Budgeting. That's the topic.
They didn't do it.
Yeah, correct. All right.
I
What
knew that
budget?
was coming. Right.
They didn't
do
but that was me with these credit cards because I was like, let me rack up some points. As I'm in the first year. Some point in this year, I went from first year to second year. Let me rack up some points for miles. That's what I mean. Points
how
and
they
miles.
get you, 'cause
but
it's
like I
like,
wasn't
spend
really paying attention.
$20,000.
It's like, I'll pay it off.
The 100,000 points. Now the 100,000 points is enticing because you're going to be able to fly to
3
Africa
places.
and back,
Right.
right? You can finally go to Egypt, but you had to put $20,000.
But now
on
you
a credit
paid
card.
for Egypt.
Yeah.
You paid for it with the Queen of Sheba's gold for later. You weren't.
If you
That's
get
me.
a
I need to
credit
pay it
card
off.
deal that's making you drop $20,000 for 100,000 points, you get the wrong credit card.
Yeah. Well, it works if you're in business. If you're in business and you have business expenses that you can funnel through, it can be really helpful for people because if you've got a business that's like ours or more, we actually do not have our expenses at this business are super low because our products are digital paperwork contracts.
Yep.
Now that doesn't mean we don't overspend sometimes and we try to figure out the budget. We had budget conversations this week. Jonah was like, look, we got to figure out some things. However, we don't move equipment. We don't ship things.
Yep.
We don't pay taxes on things we sell. If you have that going on,
I mean, okay. Not in majority, but I mean, we do pay taxes.
yeah, no,
you
sales
out here
tax.
On, you out here
no, I'm
on
talking
live
like,
telling people we don't pay taxes?
no,
Oh,
sales tax. Like we
Okay.
don't sell things that have sales tax.
okay. Sure.
Yeah, things like that. And many businesses do.
Yep.
And if you do, yeah, I mean, if you credit card that stuff with a system, you can get yourself to Africa and back every summer.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Number 9, Sean, coming to you. Kids. Oh, kids is the topic. What's the regret for 2025?
Didn't spend enough time with them.
No, it's a financial regret. So
Financial regret.
financial regret.
Spent too much time.
Spent too much. I love it. I'm gonna go with should have. I mean, half of these where I should have started earlier. So it's something about I needed to get them started earlier or something.
We're
like
giving that one to Jonah.
Yeah.
Not saving for their kids' future, their education, or their other milestones. I think that's a big deal. So I have children, and you realize when they turn 9 or 10 or 11, oh, we got to take them to Harry Potter World. 11 years old is the time where you go to Harry Potter World. Well, I mean, that's not free.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to save for the bike, the soccer, the football, the trip to see Harry Potter. Summer camps on our radar now. Summer camps, we're doing that, you know. So they be costing yikes.
Yep. Audrey got that one. Didn't start their accounts early
there you go.
enough. She got it.
Okay,
That's
now
good.
all of our kids here, all of our kids, between all of us, it's 7, 8 children between the 3 of us. They all have infinite banking policies. Yes, they all have guaranteed compounding growth that is passive with inside their cash value right here, right now. If you have not started that, or you need to have that conversation with one of us as coaches, link in bio, we'll get your kids hooked up. We'd love to. And last one, Sean, coming to you. This one is fun. Fun. That is the category. Last one here. And then we'll switch topics.
Financial regret in the fun category. Sean, you're up.
Yeah, I
don't-
spent
I'm
far
trying to
too
think.
much money on fun activities. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with like too much money on a certain type of fun, but not enough money on something else.
Okay, we're going to call that one a neutral. A neutral. I agree with you guys on that. People are going to have regrets in those areas. This is actually, I failed to plan for the fun, so I couldn't do it.
Oh,
I failed to plan for the fun. Money was too tight. I had emergencies. I had other things going on, so I couldn't participate in whatever fun milestone, life goals, or fun that I was hoping to be a part of. Well, that's it for Financial Regrets 2025. We're going to help you not have regrets in 2026. So I'm going to turn things over to the other guys. I got to bounce here. It's Thursday with Jadu back in action.
we appreciate you, Sean. Why don't you take a second and let the people know why they're tuning in, like what we do in this hour, what we're all about, and how we can help.
Yeah, so we walk and talk people through how to build guaranteed income for life, whether that be through infinite banking sources and obviously participating whole life to be specific, or education around annuities, which are pension like retirement income, or even long-term care style stuff where, hey, something's going to happen. There's a 70+% chance. And we want to make sure that that's not draining the income that you have saved for your retirement. So we educate people around all three of those topics to make sure that when these times come, you don't have these regrets about you not starting early enough or having the proper education.
That's exactly it, man. I chatted with some folks just this last week, Sean, and they are getting closer to retirement. They were in their late 50s, and they were using an FRS, I believe is what it's called. Have you heard of this? You live in Florida, so you might know. It was a Florida, so F, Florida, R, retirement, S was, I don't know, system service, something like that. And I was kind of just talking and walking them through, do you want it? How's it working? How's it been? How long you been at the job? How much money was in there? That sort of thing. And here's one of the questions that was kind of stood out the most to me. I said, okay, so we turned out that this gentleman had been in his job for 25 years. So this is a long time. Been contributing to this FRS for 25 years. I asked him a bunch of questions about the FRS. He's got no idea, right? Which is okay because most people don't have an idea. It's just normal. Yeah. But here's the one question that got him thinking the best. I'm talking about, you know how you're on a video call and you get the eyebrows raised, look at the wife, little chuckle, laugh. Okay, this was the question. I said, you've been at the job 25 years. Surely you know some people who have retired. How'd the FRS treat them? What are they up to? And I kid you not, his wife off camera, you know how sometimes the wife sit off camera kind of in the back? His wife off camera says they're greeting at Walmart. I kid you not. And his face, his eyes, it was so funny. But the point of that is we're trying to help. I mean, that's what this channel is all about. Sean just told you. We're trying to help you get in front of those things. Because if you plan early, you can plan a completely different lifestyle picture than just opting into the system and hoping it works, right? And man, I think that people have to get more guaranteed income options. So, Sean, I thought this would be fun. Okay, so here's what I found. While we were doing a little test with Jeremiah, I started searching for maybe like an article, a news source, a website on like some financial New Year's resolutions. Because I know at the end of the year comes, most people like to make a New Year's resolution or two. Again, I think we've all seen those very popular resolutions about maybe going to the gym or something, right? And nobody actually goes to the gym. I mean, they do it for like a week or 2 weeks and then they don't do it. And that's one of the big things that people always talk about with resolutions. But what about New Year's resolutions? So I found this article, Sean. I'll put it up on the screen here in just a moment. I found this article from Kiplinger. This article was written 5 days ago. It's a December 5th article. And the article is titled 10 New Year's Resolutions for Retiring Next Year.
Ooh.
Okay. I have not even scrolled through all 10. What I want to do is first give a shout out to Tommy Raywin over on Instagram. We see you over there. Thanks for tuning in. But here's what I want to do, Sean. I want to just go through the reasons and let's kind of go back and forth and see what we think about them. What do you think about that?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the screen here. See if I can get there.
10.
All right, tell me if it's tell me if it starts being crazy. Can you see this?
I can. Yep.
Okay, perfect. If you can see it, everybody else can see it.
All right.
So I'm going to try to make it a little bigger also.
A year from now, you'll have wish you started today.
Isn't that interesting? Didn't we just go through most of those we just went through most of those New Year's resolutions, right? And that's basically what so many people had to say. I wish I started earlier. So this is going to be fun, okay? Here's number one. And again, it's New Year's resolutions to help you retire in 2026 with confidence in your financial strategy. I've never particularly heard of Kiplinger, but they put out this article 5 days ago. You'll see the date here in just a second. Published on December 6th, okay? So if you're planning to retire, it says number one thing you need to do is map out a plan. Number one. Sean, what do you think about that?
I agree 100% on having a plan. It is very hard to get to where you want to go if you have no idea where you're going.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly. How many of you are out there watching the comments, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, have a plan for retirement? So, Sean, I'll be honest with you. Prior to getting involved in the financial services space, I had no idea my plan for retirement. It was just
Same.
fingers crossed, maybe I'll figure it out one day. Okay, I have had so much more clarity on what getting to 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 look like in the last 5 years or so than I've ever had in my life. So much so, I'll even tell, I mean, this is like not even a plug for what we do here, but this is something I just want you guys to know. Sean, did you know that you can go to ssa.gov, type in your name, your sort of log in, like get your information there, and it will tell you what your estimated Social Security check is right now.
So
did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Okay.
I'm also 33, about to be 34. So they're going to tell me it's going to be 0 because that's really what it's going to be by the time I get there.
Yep. Well, so I looked at the other day. It's not 0 for me, but here's what I also thought was fun. It shows you, because if you don't know how Social Security works, it's your is it 30 or 13? I think it's 30. It might be in the middle. Okay, so forgive me if I get this wrong, but it's like your 20 years of your highest paycheck. So actually on SSA.gov, it lists for you every single year what your income was, what the government thinks it was, and you've got 2 years. You've got a 24-month window to fix it, or it's locked. I didn't know that, but now I do. And it's helpful to be able to share that with people who are getting to the spot where they need to take Social Security, because nobody knows what it's going to be, what it is, how much it's going to be, when I should take it. Do I take it at full retirement time, full retirement age, I think they call it, or do I take it later? Do I take it early? Do I wait? Nobody knows. They need help. So I agree wholeheartedly with Map Out a Plan. You ready for number 2?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Number 2, it says, size up your spending needs in retirement. Size up your spending. I think that sounds to me like map out a plan and then create a budget. Map out your expenses. Pay attention to what you're spending money on. What do you think about that one, Sean?
Again, if we're leaning on what we think it sounds like is create a budget, couldn't agree more. I think that is probably the second most important step after knowing where you want to go. It's, hey, how am I going to financially get there by what I'm spending currently?
There you go. I'll read a little bit to make sure. While many Americans resolve to count calories at the start of the year, would-be retirees need to prioritize figuring out exactly how much they spend now and will spend in retirement. I'm going to stop reading right there because I think we nailed it on the head. It's exactly that. You got to do the math, right? You got to do the math. We help people do that all the time. Okay, you ready for number 3?
Yep.
All right, number 3. Oh, Sean, I love it. So, full disclosure, I found this article while we were chatting, doing the questions earlier with Jeremiah. I have not read it. What do you think about number 3? Tally up your guaranteed income sources.
That's big. I mean, again, what can we rely on? What do we know for certain is coming in? Because then we know the gap between what we'll need and what we're guaranteed to have.
I love it.
Obviously,
Sean, do you see that second sentence there? Grab a calculator, add up all your guaranteed streams of income you'll have in retirement to pay for the non-negotiable monthly bills such as rent, food, healthcare. Then the guaranteed income includes Social Security, pensions, annuities, and rental income. I love that annuities got mentioned. Now I've got my first question mark on this, Sean. Rental income is not guaranteed. Ain't no way.
No, I have had rentals. I do have rentals, and
correct.
I have received not guaranteed payments from, or not received guaranteed payments.
Correct. Keyword. I love. So Alvin's jumping in here. Keyword guaranteed. You are correct, my good friend. You are correct. Keyword guaranteed. I love that annuities got mentioned in this article. I've mentioned it on this channel before. If you're here for the first time, please hear me say it. Your favorite financial provider, your favorite advisor, your favorite insurance company, your favorite news outlet, Kiplinger, Ernst & Young, your favorite auditing firm, they all talk about annuities. You need to go get one. In fact, it is currently said that when you get close-ish to retirement, 50% of all your wealth should actually hit an annuity. crazy numbers, and most of us on the again, I'm one of them. I just had no idea. I didn't know. I love that. Okay, so I had a bone to pick with rental income. It is not guaranteed. No chance. No, I think anybody out there wouldn't really fight us on that one, right? If you've ever had a renter, if you've ever paid rent, sometimes you're late. Right. Okay. It's not guaranteed. Okay. What about this? And and big shout out to Derek Neely over on Instagram. But what about this one? What about Social Security? Are we thinking that's guaranteed, Sean?
It's guaranteed to change. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but
I don't know either. I'm
concerning.
hesitant putting the word guaranteed on that one. Alvin, what do you think over there on Facebook? You putting guarantees on Social Security? That's what Kiplinger says, number 3 in the article. You ready for number 4, Sean?
Yep. Let's see it.
All right, here we go. Sean, I just scrolled really fast and look at this sequence of returns risk.
Oh, that's
Talking
nice
about
that they mentioned
guarantees.
that.
This is crazy. I'm gonna have to read this article in more detail, but let's jump to number 4 here. Cement a Social Security claiming strategy. Sean, did I not just talk about that before we jumped in this article? I promise you I have not read this article. Is that not exactly what I just said? You've got to go plan how you're going to go get it, because the rules are not easy on Social Security. Again, there's something called full retirement age. If you've never heard of that, you think full retirement age is when you're ready to retire. It is not. The government made up full retirement age. You got to hit like 67 in a couple months, and depends on when your birthday is. And if you take Social Security, then you're not getting it all. But if you wait till 70, you'll get some. But if you take it early, it's like there's rules. You got to pay attention to that. Okay, Alvin came back. He said, keyword guaranteed. I asked him if he's putting Social Security in guaranteed. He says, heck nah. I agree with you, sir. No chance I put in guaranteed. I'm not sure it's going to be around when I get there to get it. I got 33. I got full retirement age. I got 35 plus years before I go get it. And I'm watching the government do what they do currently, and I'm thinking, it ain't going to be there.
It ain't going well.
Ain't going to be there. Sean, what do you think about cementing a Social Security claiming strategy for those of thou who are listening?
Like you said, so this is money that they're giving to you on a regular basis. And of course, they're going to make it somewhat competent and be like, hey, you've turned this age. Check's in the mail. It's coming to you, baby. So this is really important to make sure when that time comes, you know the exact steps that need to be taken to get those checks in the mail right away.
That's right. I heard even, again, I'm not at Social Security age. I just help a lot of people kind of determine when to take it, how much it's going to be, that sort of thing, because we plan out their guaranteed path to income. That's a big step. People are counting on that right now. But I even heard, Sean, like, isn't there some rules about, like, if you're still working, you can't go claim it because you're still working. It's a whole deal. It's ridiculous. All right, you ready for number 5?
Yep.
Here goes number 5. Dial down debt. Dial down debt. Man, Sean, I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure that should be number 5. I'm not sure that should be number 5. What do you think about it being in the order that it is?
In the order? Yeah, I don't know if I would say that's number 5. In retirement, what debt do you, I mean, most people most people have a house still.
A lot of people plan part of, I didn't realize this, Sean, you might have known this. I did not. A lot of people's retirement plan is to sell the primary residence and downsize, which then gives them money that they need to retire. I didn't realize that was like part of the plan. Part of the retirement plan is to sell the house.
Yeah. I mean, kids are out. You got more space than you need, costing you more money in electricity and all that stuff. I'm going to downsize. Makes sense. I don't know if it's the right move for everybody, but it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. I just didn't realize it was like an option that a lot of people plug into. Like, no, selling the house so we have the money is a thing. I'm not at retirement age. Thankfully, being in the financial services space, I've developed and found and practiced some guaranteed methods to get money. When I think about getting to retirement in the house that we built with our family and our memories, and then selling the house to fund retirement, the first thing that strikes me, Sean, is like, I'm not doing that. Like, I want the house. I put time and energy into the house. Like, I've been in the house 20 years. I want the house. My kids grew up in the house. I want the house. if that makes sense. I want to pass the house. I want to always have the house so I can pass that. Does that make sense? I don't know. Again, I'm not there yet. And thankfully, I've got a little bit of a different path on the way to getting there. But my first 2 cents is, no, I don't think I'm selling the house personally. But dial down debt. Number 5. You ready for number 6?
Let's see it.
Ramp up your emergency fund with a photo of a shark. What do you think about that, Sean?
It's an interesting photo, but I'm all for having a quality emergency fund, ramping it up. That's what I might have something like long-term care or accidental for, things that kind of fill that gap. I want to use the money that I do have for the actual living portion, my life in the fund. So sure, I guess in general, most people probably need to make sure that they've got that emergency fund secured.
That's right. Sean, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before. Have you heard me talk about the Eisenhower matrix?
I don't think so.
Okay, so for those of you who are out there listening and paying attention, okay, the Eisenhower matrix, you can Google this, but what it is, it's a box, and there's 4 squares in the box, just 4 squares in the box, okay? And the top leftmost square is important and urgent. The top rightmost square is urgent, not important. The bottom left square is important, not urgent, and the bottom right square is not important, not urgent, right?
Okay.
And there's a couple books on it. They call it something maybe a little different. The Eisenhower matrix is like the original because I think it was Dwight D. Eisenhower who came up with this. But now they've got some different names and twists to it and whatnot. But the whole point of this matrix is the people who wrote the books, who are good in business, who have made millions or billions of dollars, talk about you have to live in the world of important but not urgent. Most people live in the important and urgent world, and that's why they never get ahead. You have to live in the important world, not the urgent world. And the idea behind that is you have to prep. You have to prepare while it's because it's important, but before it's urgent.
Yes.
And they said, don't get distracted by things that are not important but urgent. Your phone ringing, not important but urgent because it's ringing, it's making noise, it's vibrating, it's going off beside you, but it's not important. You can call that person back. It's probably a telemarketer or spam anyway, right? Probably somebody sending you an Instagram reel. It's not important. You got to live in the important world before it's urgent. And so when I see things like ramp up your emergency fund, that's what speaks to me. It's important, and you have to live there before it's urgent. I've mentioned this a few times, Sean, but one of the things that I do in the emergency space, and we've got a whole podcast on it, but I make sure my emergency fund can cover things like my insurance deductibles. My insurance, I know what my deductibles are in my car right now. I know what my deductibles are in my house right now. My emergency fund has that money in it because if a tree falls on my house today, it is an emergency. I have kids that need a place to sleep. It is an emergency. I'm going to have to leave the office in the live early. I'm going to have to go deal with that. Does that make sense? It's an emergency. But I don't want that to take over my life, so I need to have prepared ahead of time. So I need to have an emergency fund. I need to know how much the emergency is in the emergency fund. I need to know what the deductible is. I need to have the phone number saved so I can make one call. I can say, hey, family, don't go home. The inspector's on the way, the roof people are on the way, whatever. I've got the money set aside or the plan or the insurance policy set aside to live somewhere. Does that make sense? That's what I hear when I see ramp up my emergency fund. Living in that Eisenhower matrix in that top right quadrant where it's important, but it is not yet urgent. You ready for number 7?
Yeah, real quick on that. My dad used to always tell me growing up, he's like, a lack of planning on your part does not call for an emergency on my part. Like, make sure you take care of the stuff that you need to take care of, because if you're coming to me in a case of emergency to get this done, I'm going to ask if you plan for it. Why is this happening?
Yep. I love that. I really do. All right. Number 7, here we go. Fine tune your asset mix. Review your mix of stocks, bonds, cash, other assets to ensure that your portfolio is properly aligned with your risk tolerance and your time horizon. I like that. I like that one. What do you think about that one, Sean?
I think that's good. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. I want to understand where I'm putting my money and what the cause and effect is of me pulling money from that portion. Like they said up earlier in the article, what's the term?
The sequence of returns risk.
Yeah, the sequence of returns risks. And, I just want to make sure that this all ties back to that I have a plan. I know what I'm going to pull from, when I'm going to pull from, the best times to pull from it so I could live my ideal retirement.
A lot of people, when they talk about infinite banking or whole life insurance, a lot of people use that as a volatility buffer. You heard that one before?
Yep.
For those of you who are out there who don't know, here's what it means. A lot of people start off in the financial services space or just working space, and they contribute to the plans, the programs, the 401ks, the IRAs, the Roths, the 529s, the FRSs, the TSPs. I can keep going. And what happens is that they never got guaranteed income. They've always invested, but they've never saved appropriately. And so when they discover infinite banking, they use the infinite banking, the whole life policies, as their volatility buffer. Here's what that means. In the years where the market is bad, down, you don't want to withdraw money from the things that are invested in the market. So they take the money from their policy instead. And the years where the market is up, then they go ahead and jump in and take money from their other plans if they still have them. And it really depends on when they're starting and how old they are, if they still have them or get rid of them or whatever. But that's kind of the idea behind volatility buffer. And so I do like number 7, fine-tuning your asset mix. Before we keep going, Sean, I want to give a quick shout out to Trap Peterson over on Instagram. He says he can't wait to jump on this in 2026. Trap, I appreciate you watching out there. We see you, and we're ready, man. We're ready to chat and talk you through things when you are. Like the ticker says at the bottom, all you got to do is click the link in the bio. We'll be ready to talk to you. You can even jump on bankingbros.com if you'd like and get some more information while you're waiting. But, man, we're excited for you. We are going through the top 10 things. We found an article written 5 days ago from a news source called Kiplinger, and they're talking about 5 things you have to do if you're planning to retire in 2026. But honestly, seven of the way through, Sean, I think these might be the top 10 things you need to do, period. Like, in order to get your finances right, you need to do these 10 things. Does that make sense?
I would agree.
So far, it hadn't said anything that's specific to retirement. But I'll go back through them and make sure we're on the same page here. So number 1 is plan. Well, yeah, you need a plan regardless if you're going to retire or not, right? Number 2 was size up your spending needs. Get your budget right. I think you need to do that regardless. Tally up your guaranteed income sources. This is one of my favorites because, boy, do we talk about guaranteed income on this channel. That's almost all we talk about, guaranteed income. I like that. Cement a Social Security claiming strategy. Okay, so this might be the first one that's specific to if you're going to retire.
Yep.
Right, specific. Dial down your debt. Yep, that's everybody on the call. We live in a consumer society, and boy, do people have debt, right? Ramp up your emergency fund. We always talk about 3 to 6 months, have an emergency fund. We've got a whole podcast episode we've done recently. Go on our YouTube channel and find it. It's just type in emergency funds on our channel, you'll find it. But we've talked about, instead of 3 to 6 months, that's arbitrary. Go find your deductibles. How much is your car deductible, your home deductible? Go find that warranty. Sean, I got a warranty plan on my appliances. It's like a blanket plan, it covers all the appliances. You know why I got it a few years ago? Because my son was doing chin-ups on the freezer door thing. You know how you open the door to the freezer and you got to pull it out? He's like doing chin-ups on it, and I'm like, this thing's not going to make it. So fast forward 2 years, there is no handle on my freezer door right now, but I got the warranty. So all good. I got to pay them $100. They're going to come and fix it. The door costs $450. So either I pay $450 because I didn't plan, or I give them $100 and they fix it for me because I did. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, here we go. Number 7, fine-tune your asset mix. Again, I think this is something you need to do regardless if you're going to retire tonight. And number 8, diagnose your health care costs and funding. Sean, you were talking about that.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I think probably the most overlooked thing is how much it's going to cost to care for you when it comes time that you need to be cared for. Like the numbers are astronomical for long-term care these days. We're talking easily $100,000 plus a year. Yep. So say you've saved up $300,000-$400,000, you did pretty good, $500,000 to live off of in retirement. Boy, if you're a single person, there's a 70% chance that you're going to need some form of long-term care for a period of time. If you're a married couple, that jumps up to 92% that something is going to happen to one of you.
92.
So,
That's crazy.
so might as well
That's
be
insane.
100%.
That it might as well be, right. Here's the crazy part about it, and I'm not trying to belittle the situation. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you're paying attention now, you know, right? What Biggie say? If you don't know now, you know. Okay, here's the deal. There's insurance for this. And I get sometimes you're like, more insurance and I got to carry it forever. Here's what you need to understand. If you do not buy it now when it is affordable and just deal, you won't be able to afford it later when you need it. And let me tell you something. If you're married and one of you goes down needing care, that costs $10,000 a month. I think the average cost right now in 2025 is like $7,500 or $8,000 a month. That costs $8,000 a month, and your spouse is sick, can't work, you're upset. Maybe they were making income, so you lost income, but you also need to shell out 90 grand. Where is that coming from? What life are you living that's cool? You can pay attention to that. Does that make sense? It's back to the Eisenhower matrix, Sean. You got to prepare while it's important, before it's urgent. You have to take care of it, right? You ready for number 9? We got 2 left.
Let's see here.
I like this article so much.
Yeah, this
article is amazing.
Estate plan.
Update your estate plan. We're talking trusts. We're talking wills. We are talking anything in between. Update your estate plan. So many people take this one for granted, and you should not. I talked to a young lady, 78 years old recently, who said, my brother passed away. He was older than me. He passed me a home and an IRA, but he did not pass me any money. I have to pay the lawyers to go back and forth with the house. I then am going to owe the taxes. He passed me a home. He did not pass me money. He passed me an IRA that he did not pay taxes on. I have to even pay taxes to get money out. She said I needed money. So that comes in the form of life insurance also. Part of your estate plan should be money being passed. If you don't want to give it directly to a person, put in a trust first. Then you get to come up with all the rules of that trust, right?
Yep.
We've got some partners in the trust and estate world. If you need some information on how that works, you want to talk to someone specific, click the link in the bio. Ask us, hey, I want to do trust and estates. Can you pass me on to somebody? And we'll get you connected. So that's how that one works. Sean, we got one left. What do you think it is? Based on the last 9, they're pretty good. This is a pretty good article. I'm going to have to share the article link here to everybody who's paying attention.
I would assume that they're going to mention something about making sure that you have a death benefit to pass on to your family.
You think so? You think they're going to do life insurance? Number 10?
This seems like a pretty solid article.
It's a pretty good article. Okay, Alvin says he thinks it might be something to do with control.
I think he might be saying that about the trust thing. But
control. Okay, yeah, control. I like it. Yeah, you're right. Man, I think, Trap Peterson's over on Instagram. He's saying he was sharing our video, so we appreciate you, Trap. You got any guesses? Anybody got any guesses for number 10?
Number 10, like what all the main things.
We did.
It's got to be death benefit.
Is it? You think it's taxes though? You think it's something with taxes?
Oh, yeah.
They did. Okay. I mean, retirement. They did Social Security. They did your assets. Ooh, all right. Here we go. Number 10. Stress test your plan. Run projections. Make sure it works. What does it look like if your living expenses are greater than anticipated? Inflation is greater than expected. You live longer. Stress test your plan. I like it.
That is the number one fear of retirees going into retirement is I will outlive what I have saved.
Yep. So, I think there was one specifically that I think involved like, here's what you should do if you're retired. The rest of them, like, you need to do that regardless. As we go into the new year, maybe you've got a New Year's resolution in order to get your finances in check, right? When I get my money right. Well, hey, if you're going to get your money right, I'm going to share the link to this article when we post this video out so you can go find it. And what you should do is follow the steps here because they're good steps. Or if you want a coach, if you want somebody to help you with the steps, what you should do is click the link in our bio. You'll get me, you'll get Sean, you'll get Jeremiah, you'll get one of us, and we will walk and talk you through exactly where you are to take you from zero to hero. From new, so you can go from old year, old you to new year, new me, as we get this money right and get these finances right. Sean, wrap us up. You got anything you want to chat about?
Yeah, man, don't wait. This stuff is so important. That's the whole idea behind this, is like, have the conversation, start thinking about it, start slowly implementing these things. And just like that little sticky note said at the beginning, like a year from now, you'll wish you started a year ago. That don't wait till something happens to react. Like,
that's it.
It's time to take action.
Sean, this is just for you, man. I'm going to put it back up here. Adam Snell, a veteran financial journalist who covers retirement, personal finance, financial markets, and Wall Street. He's written for USA Today, Investors Business Daily, and other publications. We got to follow him. He's writing good stuff. I like it.
All right, Adam. I also need to go understand what's going on in that image below.
I'm taking it off. I don't know what that is. They're talking about recommended reads. I do not read anything like that.
A little peek inside Jonah's life. Don't know what's going on.
No, that's not. No. That's not based on your search history. That was recommended. Get out of here.
Man, there's no Kiss Frog videos coming up in my search when I'm doing things, so I don't know what's going on.
I love it. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be back next week, 12 p.m. EST. But after that, we will not be back. I believe Christmas Day is in 2 weeks. Is Christmas Day 14 days away exactly?
It is the 11th. Today is my son's 23rd month of being alive. He will be 1 month from today. So, yeah, we got 14 days till Christmas, man.
I love it. 14 days till Christmas. So next week we'll be here. Same time, 12 noon, we'll be live. Turn on your notifications if you want to know. We'll be right here, same channel, same links. The week after Christmas, you won't catch us. We got kids. We got to go hang out with them. The week after that, New Year's, you won't catch us. It's New Year's Day, right? Then starting the new year, we'll be back. I think that's the 7th or the 8th. We'll be back Thursday, 12 noon Eastern. We appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Now tuned to the banking bro. Said we couldn't make it, drink or settle, this the life we chose. Gave a lot of game, we never got a lot of things. Bow your head and say the prayer, we taught you how to be the bank.